Hello, dear friends. How are you today? It's always a pleasure to be here and to talk to you. This is our third and final episode of our True Health series, and we hope that the information we've shared with you so far has been beneficial to you. And one thing to remember when we're looking to create true health, it's not about changing things overnight. Even if you take one simple thing from our time here together and run with that, that's a huge step. That's enough, because think about it. Our lifestyle choices and habits that especially involve food or exercise have likely been with us for many years. So it's unrealistic to think that we can make this huge change all at once. And really, it's not sustainable. What we have to do is start to create small steps. These small actions done daily will lead to amazing results over time. With that, if you missed our previous 2 episodes, they'll be available for just a couple more days, so we encourage you to go back and have a look at those because we feel like they could be quite beneficial on this journey for you.
Today we are going to explore some of the not so obvious aspects of creating true health, our connection with nature and earth. And you might be wondering, why nature? Why earth? Well, the answer is simple. Nature is incredibly powerful, healing and energizing force, and spending time in nature is extremely important. Even Time magazines puts it on the top of their list of top 10 things to do every single day to improve your life. Unfortunately, the troublesome thing is that today, where 84% of us live in urban environments, we are experiencing this chronic epidemic disconnection from the outdoors. Rarely do we touch the earth with our bare hands or feet, and we are lucky if we spend more than just a few minutes outside per day. And this distancing and separating ourselves from nature creates a lot of suffering. As a matter of fact, some of the biggest health challenges in today's world are directly or indirectly caused by the lack of exposure to the natural environment. So if you feel like you've been doing everything right on your health and wellness journey, you've been eating well, you've been including regular exercise, managing your stress, perhaps even taking supplements, but you're still not feeling 100%, nature might be the missing key. All right, friends, let's look at some of the benefits we can look forward to when we spend more time outdoors. Increased level of vitamin D. I think that's quite obvious. Being outside, exposed to natural sunlight really helps to elevate the vitamin D in our body, and that also helps to strengthen our immune system. Improve sleep quality. In today's world, when 1 out of 3 adults doesn't get proper sleep, I think it's quite important that we pay attention to that. Decreased anxiety and depression. Over the last couple of years, we've seen increased amounts of anxiety and depression amongst all age groups. So being outside as a family will really benefit everybody's mental well-being. Lower blood sugar in diabetics and reduce inflammation as well. And that's a big one because inflammation is the precursor to autoimmune diseases such as Hashimoto, celiac, IBS, type 1 diabetes, and vertigo. And spending time in nature can also increase creativity and promote overall happiness and encourage self-healing. And in case you forgot, or you've never been told this before, nature has a huge crush on you and loves you unconditionally. And we as a society truly need to get out of our drywall boxes and air-conditioned cars and re-engage with nature if we want to thrive.
So how do we do it? If you've been on this health and wellness journey for quite some time, you've probably heard the term earthing or grounding at one point or another. Walking barefoot on grass, dirt, or sand has really become popular over the recent years. And there's really nothing new about it. It's this forgotten natural state of our lifestyle. Grounding has been practiced since the beginning of time when our ancestors would walk around barefoot or wearing grounding footwear like moccasins or even sandals that are made from leather, which is a good earth conductor. Perhaps this is one explanation of their longevity and good health. After the invention of rubber-soled shoes, an unnatural barrier was created between us and the greatest source of energy and healing, Mother Earth.
On top of that, over the past 50 years, we've been bombarded with electromagnetic and radioactive field environment. And many studies and books and articles have been written about the damaging and toxic effects of EMFs and RFs that are emanating from devices that we use on a daily basis, like our cell phones, our iPads, our laptops, and even some of our household appliances, like our toaster oven or our refrigerator, or even an alarm clock has a wireless technology built right in. Now let's talk about our cell phones. In a very short period of time, we went from 3G to 4G and now 5G. And every time we advance our technology, it's more concerning to our health and well-being, because the strength and the intensity of these waves negatively impacts our biology. I understand that many people don't really think about the damaging effects of EMFs. After all, it's not visible to our human eye. So when we don't see it, we don't often connect the damaging effects it has on our health and well-being. However, most of us who live in a city are constantly surrounded by hundreds, if not thousands, of electromagnetic fields throughout the day and also throughout the night. And I understand sometimes we get very excited about new advancement in an upgrade in our cell phones. We have a faster connection or new Bluetooth connection ability, and that's exciting. However, at the same time, we really need to consider what kind of impact these technologies have on our overall health.
So what is the solution? The most obvious thing would be to stop exposing ourselves to EMFs, to walk barefoot. But most of us who live in a city, work in an office, and generally participate in today's society, this is really not a viable option. However, don't lose hope. There are definitely things you can do every single day to decrease the amount of EMFs in your immediate environment and to allow nature to counteract some of the damaging effects of today's technology. Let's start with some more obvious ones. Looking at our household, turning off our wireless router when we're not using it. Avoid having a wireless router or even device in our bedroom while we're sleeping. Stop using a microwave oven. I know this can be challenging for some because it's so convenient, but it is so harmful to our health. And now looking at something most of us carry with us every single day, our cell phones. How can we protect ourselves from the EMFs from the cell phone devices? Getting an EMF protection case is first and foremost. Other thing would be is just to avoid putting the cell phone directly on your skin or your body. So whenever you're carrying your phone, making sure, if you can, create a barrier between you and your phone. So women or even men, if you're carrying a purse, just making sure that there's something between you and that cell phone when it is in your bag or your purse. When you're talking on the phone, if you can, put your phone on speakerphone rather than directly having the phone up to your ear and really close to your head and your brain. And similar to our router, if we're not using our cell phone, putting our phone on airplane mode. There have been hundreds of studies showing the negative impact EMFs have on fertility, sperm count, breast cancer, and men and women's health in general. So trust that by implementing just even one of these suggestions, you're going to benefit your health. And one of the things we've already mentioned that could have a huge difference in your life is starting to connect with nature and getting out and earthing and grounding every single day.
See, the thing is that our Earth is covered in negatively charged ions, and they form this protective blanket all around the Earth. And every time you come in contact with either soil or dirt or sand, you are coming in contact with these negatively charged ions. Every time your barefoot or bare hand or your bare body touches the earth, you're coming in contact with these negative ions, and you are supplying your whole body with healing energy. What is so incredible about these negatively charged ions? Well, they supply healing energy into our entire body. On the other hand, positively charged ions do the exact opposite. They take away from our health. Now, remember when I was talking about EMFs? Well, EMFs, together with other sources of pollution, like pollution from air, water, and the food we eat, they all carry positively charged ions, and exposure to positively charged ions, if not neutralized, will lead to poor health and disease. And that's why it's so important to connect with nature on a daily basis, because we need those negatively charged ions to emanate throughout our body in order to really feel energetic, vibrant, and healthy.
So what are some practices we can start to implement? Go outside. Breathe fresh air. Most of us spend so many hours a day indoors in this artificial air. So even opening a window can have a huge impact on you. What we have to consider is when we're breathing in fresh air, we're breathing in healthy microbiome. And in order to have a really healthy gut and to make sure that we have good health, we need a good microbiome and bacteria in our gut. And where does that start? It actually starts in our nose. So when we breathe in this fresh air, we're breathing in good microbiome and bacteria, and we're enhancing the health of our gut by doing so. So take nice deep breaths, especially when you're out in nature. Go barefoot. This is a priceless connection. Kick off your shoes, get out, walk barefoot in the grass or the sand or the dirt. Just like Zuzana was talking about, we want to nourish every cell of our being by taking in all of those negative ions that the earth offers. Move, move, move. Now, you probably have a regular fitness routine, which is incredible, but see about stepping outside the box, maybe taking your workout outdoors. If you have the equipment like kettlebells or anything like that, maybe taking that outside, or simply going out for a nice walk or a run, maybe even getting into the water. Rather than going into a chlorinated pool, get out into open water, into the ocean or into a lake and swim out there. Maybe kayaking or paddleboarding, starting to think of different ways you can take your movement from indoors and take it outside. So we've given a lot of suggestions about getting outside, taking your movement out there, getting out and just breathing, but how can you do it at home? There's been so many advancements in technology. When we look at the cell phones, we talked about that, but there's a lot of inventions in the sense of helping our well-being that will help benefit and support our overall health. So there's companies that are creating things that we can use at home to help protect us from these EMFs. So for instance, sleeping at night. That's a long period of time where you could be grounding yourself. And there's products such as grounding sheets that you can literally sleep on for 8+ hours and be grounding yourself that entire time. Many of us working on computers, we can be grounding ourselves through that by using grounding mats, placing it under your laptop, even having it underneath your feet while you're sitting at your office desk. You can wear bracelets, anklets, pendants. There's so many things that you can start to have around you and in your environment that will help protect you against the EMFs you're surrounded by. The main takeaway is to make a date with nature every single day. Connecting with nature is our saving grace.
I know we have shared a lot of information with you over the past 3 episodes. And at the beginning, it might seem quite overwhelming, but please trust that 80% of your success is in showing up. So the hard part is already behind you.
This doesn't mean that the journey to true health will be easy either. But I have a feeling you already knew that. Otherwise, you would not be investing your time into a series called True Health. Now, I also think you've come to recognize that Zuzana and I are not here to give you some quick way to lose weight, or how to lower your blood pressure overnight, or some great supplement that will heal and fix everything in your life. That's really not the solution, not the answer, and definitely not sustainable for anybody. No, that is not what we do.
We are also not here to just share our perspectives and beliefs about health and for you to absorb the information and listen. No, that's not what we are here for. Our mission is to help inspire you to start to make different choices in your life and challenge some of those old beliefs that might be holding you back from living the life that you deserve and you desire. Above all, we encourage you to reach for the stars. Don't settle for feeling just okay. Don't go through each day wishing for a better life. After all, true health is your birthright and you deserve to feel great. So push the envelope in what it means to thrive in today's world. What we have found over the years that having a reliable support system while you're making changes in your life is very powerful. If you resonate with the approach and the message we share, then we want to offer you our support. We are here for you. Now, can you do all this work by yourself? Sure you can. But having a reliable support along the way is so much more powerful.
In just 2 days, we are opening 25 spots to our online coaching program, Integrated Living. Now, this is an 8-week program where, as a community, we work together to remove old unhealthy habits that no longer serve us and start to implement and instill new healthy positive habits into our life. We look at a lot of the things that we talked about today and how we can better implement them and make them part of our everyday living. So please keep an eye on your inbox. We'll be sending more information regarding our online coaching program. And we want to see if it resonates with you, if it's something that, ignites you and inspires you, if Susanna and I resonate with you, if you feel like we would be a good suit and good coaches to you, then we definitely want to help you along this journey. Again, thank you for your dedication to watching these videos and all the way to the end. It's an honor to sit here with you and for Susanna and I to share our passions with you. Really each and every moment when we are educating ourselves, we're looking to become better people. We are creating a better world for ourselves and everyone around us. So thank you. We look forward to serving you soon.